What's up, everybody? My name's Kenji603, coming at you guys with a Centurion Fiendsmith combo / deck profile. This is for post Rage of the Abyss. Now, as many of you probably figured out from the last ban list, we lost Fiendsmith Lacrima, which effectively stopped the one-card Fiendsmith Centurion combo that was post Rage of the Abyss. Now, after many days and weeks, honestly, of theory crafting and going back and forth with another member of the Centurion Facebook group, we actually found a way to make one Fiendsmith be full Centurion combo once again. And this is without playing too many, real hard bricks, if you will. There's still cards you definitely don't want to draw, but at this point, if you do draw those cards, it actually just helps the combo and allows you to skip steps or add an additional layer of interruption onto the board. The reason why we both think that this is the best version of Centurion going forwards is, one, it doesn't play as many bricks as, say, like playing the Punk engine to get to the level 8, and a couple of other variants as well. And it also helps bait out interaction. So basically, you're effectively using the Fiendsmith engine to trade with hand traps, and then be able to use your Centurion cards to go into Blaze Art or Nova, which then is able to trade with, a 2-for-1 exchange, if they go into a Link Summon or something like that, using Blaze Art to negate Summon or Nova to banish the field. So that's kind of the theory behind it. There's 3 cards that, well, technically it's 3 in the package of 2 cards that we need to talk about that makes this combo actually feasible, or actually able to work. The first one here is the new Link 3, and this card reads, once per turn, you can target a light non-link fiend monster in your graveyard and special summon it, and then if you do equip this card you control to it as an equip spell with the following effects. It's basically an attack gain, and then gives it piercing. And it is a quick effect, so you can use it on either player's turn, which is cool. And it is just 2 monsters, including a light fiend monster, which is kind of on theme for the rest of the Fiendsmith cards. So that's the first card. This comes out in Rage of the Abyss, as well as this other card, Lacrima, the Scarlet Sorrow. And this card reads, if it's normal special summoned, send a Fiendsmith, except for itself, to grave. It's always treated as a Fiendsmith card. And then during opponent's turn, if it's in your graveyard, you can target a Fiendsmith Link monster in your graveyard, and then shuffle this card into the deck and special summon that one back out. The next package that we need to talk about is the Vision Resonator and the Crimson Gaia. So Vision Resonator, if you don't know, if you have a level 5 or higher Dark Monster field, you can special summon it. If it's sent to graveyard, you can add a spell or trap that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend. So we only play one target for that. That is the Crimson Gaia. And the Crimson Gaia basically just says during your main phase you can add 1 Red Dragon Archfiend or 1 card that mentions it from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except for Red Dragon Archfiend. The rest of it is kind of irrelevant. We don't play Red Dragon Archfiend. The key part to this is that it is a level 2 dark. Well, I guess it doesn't matter too much that it is dark, but it's a level 2 tuner fiend that's able to be special summoned from hand, and then also adds itself back, so it's effectively 2 copies. So to go into the combo. Alright guys, so to get into the combo now. This combo requires just a single Fiendsmith Engraver, or it could be tracked as well. So there is a argument to be playing a larger Fiendsmith engine than people normally play with a 3 engraver, 1 tracked, 1 lurry. You could play like 3 tracked, 2 tracked, because it is single card combo. But you do have to remember, you will also have Centurion monsters in your hand. So sometimes this combo is slightly win more. It helps bait out hand traps and stuff, but there is kind of a diminishing return, if you will, because if you're opening both Fiendsmith cards and Centurion cards, the ceiling's already pretty high. If you add more Fiendsmith cards, there's a chance you open up 2 of them, and you end up bricking or causing just dead cards. So I'll give you guys a skeleton deck list, if you will, or basically a template that you guys can use to test this list post Rage of the Abyss. So we'll just get right into the combo. So we go Engraver effect, and then we draw a track search search Lurie. Lurie's gonna discard Lurie effect to summon. Just kind of fly by these steps because nothing really changes too much here. Then the Requiem effect. Now, instead of summoning Fiendsmith, you're gonna summon out the new girl, and she's gonna send Fiendsmith to grave. Now, use Fiendsmith effect, summon itself, put the Lurie to the top of the deck, and then link these two off into sequence. And the reason I put Lurie to the top of the deck here is because we're playing more tracked, and the end of the combo will actually end with multiple Fiendsmiths still in deck as well, and you also are able to recycle Requiem. For turns 3 and 4, let's say, if for some reason the match doesn't end, you still have resources for the Fiendsmith engine in deck that can be used to out cards by going like Summon Engraver, equip Requiem. You can use Tracked to make sequence or the Desiree. So there's multiple options for you past turn 3 or 4 because you're able to recycle all these resources. So you use sequence effect here, and this is where you put the Requiem and the Fiendsmith back in deck, and then from here you summon Aerial Eater. Aerial Eater effect will send the Vision Resonator to grave. The Vision Resonator effect will trigger and grab you Crimson Gaia. Now, Crimson Gaia effect will add back the Vision Resonator from grave to hand. Now, that's important because that's the reason why you only need to play one Vision Resonator and one Crimson Gaia, is because this can add back from grave. Now, from here, you go Aerial Eater and Sequence into the new Link 3. And the new Link 3 revives the Fiendsmith and equips itself to it. Now, from here, because you have a monster equipped and a fiend, you can go into the Necro equip. And why this is important is this is a level 6 Dark, which meets the requirements for the Vision Resonator. So you can then special the Vision Resonator, and from this point on, you get to the new level 8 Centurion monster, which adds an Emblema card. So this then adds Emblema Oath. Turn 1 this does. If you're going second, this can also add the Emblema card that's like similar to Sprite Smashers. So this card's really cool. If you haven't looked into it, definitely check it out. It helps Centurion go second, which has always been somewhat of an issue, because you're able to pop something on their field and then pop one in your spawn trap card, and then also searches like Sprite Smashers card. So it itself can search a card, help your first turn boards, but also going second, it can help out or force multiple interactions. From this point, you have Emblema Oath, and I know this is Trudea, but just for sake of discussion, this is just a discard. So you can Emblema Oath, and you basically just go full Centurion combo. And this ends on the 2 level 12s, which is 2 level 12s with a setup in the back row for your opponent's turn to go to another level 12. So this is effectively full combo off of one Fiendsmith. Alright, so to give you guys kind of a rough deck list, if you will, of the Centurion Fiendsmith that I just showed you multiple combos for, we're just going to start out 3 Primera, 3 Trudea, 1 of the other tuner, 1 Gargoyle, 3 Field Spell, 3 Emblema Oath, 1 Wake Up, and then 1 Fan Links. This engine I feel like is pretty standard. Some people don't play the Wake Up, to play the Bonds instead. There is lines where Bonds can come up to kind of fix situations, but I think effectively with the new level 8 coming out, that kind of solves the whole we only have 2 tuners issue, because it gives us 3, it gives us plenty of tuners, where Bonds previously was used to help make sure that we have tuners to be able to synchro with. I think now, more or less, because we have a level 8 tuner constantly, cards such as Wake Up and Gargoyle that can be level 4, and actually including Atri as well, because she can also be used as a non-tuner, kind of help with that issue. So I'm on Wake Up. The reason I bring this up is mostly because Steven Santoli's Bestial Centurion list that just came out, he wasn't playing this card. He thought that Bonds was better because of that issue, but I think post Rage of the Abyss, because our extra deck access to a level 8 tuner, I think kind of changes the theory on that. The non-engine cards, I just have typical cards in here like Ash, Imperm, Nib, Veiler, and then I have 3 Bestials. There could be an argument, play more Bestials. Not play Veiler could also be an argument, and, Nib in general too can be kind of iffy. So these will all be meta dependent upon how it kind of evolves come post Rage of the Abyss. But then the Fiendsmith engine, I'm on 3 Engraver, 2 Tract, 1 Lacrima, 1 Lurie, and then the 1 Vision Resonator and 1 Crimson Gaia. So that's my list. As of right now, feel free to play around with it, change different ratios. And then the extra deck, Legacia, Auxilla, Crimson Dragon, Blazar, Nova, Chaos Angel, the level 8, SP, Requiem, Sequence, the Link 3, Eater, Necro-Equip, Desiree, and Wave King Caesar. So the extra deck is super tight, just being honest. The only kind of like generic non-engine pieces is really just Chaos Angel and SP. And there's really, you could also cut the King Caesar. I just wanted to have this. I like having this in place for if I know that they're on Nibiru. You can basically just play like typical Fiendsmith line, turn your Fiendsmith into a Wave King, summon your Centurion stuff, and go off that way. So I think it's relevant to have in. But this could also be cut for, again, another generic card that helps go second is most of the times the answer to that. Now, you can also play this card, at least in the side deck, because it is searchable off of the new one. This is the card that is effectively just Sprite Smashers, but for Centurion. And it has a really cool, its first effect, target or banish 1 face-up Centurion monster from your spell and trap card, then target a card your opponent controls, banish it. If the set card in its owner's control is destroyed or banished by an opponent's card effect, you can place 2 Centurion monsters with different names from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and or banishment in your spell and trap card zone as continuous traps. So if for some reason somebody destroys this or banishes it, you basically just get a free way to engine or a free way to a pop and a draw. So, or you can even get to other emblemic cards by leaving the True Day level 4. So this card is definitely interesting in the fact that it's searchable. I feel like this should be in your deck list for going second. There might even be an argument for it being in the deck list, period. Maybe dropping an Oath for a Salvation, because you're really not trying to see Oath in your opening hands. You're really trying to search it via the level 8 or even just the Fiendsmith engine going through the whole process. So that card's definitely in the side deck or the main deck going forwards, and something that you should be aware of. But yeah, this is kind of the template. Feel free to change it up and drop comments down below. Let me know your thoughts, if there's a more optimal way to do things. I'm definitely all ears. I came up with this recently in the last couple of days, so there could be better lines or better ways to play it. So yeah, definitely let me know. Thanks for watching.